one of the very first one of these events was a 3-day one, and I had a couple very impactful guest speakers at that time. And one of those guest speakers was the one that introduced this idea of a love letter to yourself or a love letter to your little you, either direction. The guidance today was to uh, write it from the little you to the adult. That is so awesome. I love that, Sadie. And when you say I can share, she wrote some light language codes that she can share. Do you mean share here or that you can share out into the world? Love that.
I can share here. Um,
Wow. I'm just gonna take myself
um,
off screen, so we just have yours. Oh wow.
so yeah, I felt like they were appropriate for some of us here, maybe something that needed to be healed. So if you don't know about light codes, just I write them from right to left down in a column. So starting here and so on and so forth backwards, if that helps you to read them better. But some might just pop out at you and give an activation. So just notice where you feel them in the body to assist and support you in whatever it is that you need. And in order for that to just settle in and be activated on whatever level that is, and just notice where you feel it in the body, whether it's in the heart space or in the head, the gut, or somewhere else. Um,
Thank you.
thank you.
I love the magic that you are. Beautiful. Does anybody have any questions about what we just did or about what came up?
So I thought it would be difficult, Sandra, and it wasn't. It flowed, and it was. I started writing before you said to start writing, which was interesting. But I finished off with a two-liner kind of poem, and it ended with, "This is me in my entirety, at home and at peace, with loving, lasting joy and tranquility. I am free to be me. Love always."
Thank you. Um, would you like to share, or are you open to sharing that piece of artwork, or your me, myself, and I? Since
Yes, I can. Well, I just click on the share button.
yes, you should be able to share there, and I'll okay it if not.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if you can see my screen.
No, it just says has started. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous.
So when you did that the last day and the last call I was on with you, I felt as if there was an angel standing behind me and hugging me. Um, so when I started doing this, I decided that I was going to put my photo in there. That's me as a 4-year-old before any of the awful things that happened. So it's kind of going back to the the me, myself, and I, the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious. That's why I placed my image in those particular spots. So that's how it looks.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Between the light language and the artwork and the love letter. Yeah, I'm feeling this blissful energy right now. Blissful energy right now. And I'm hoping it's my hope that each and every one of you are feeling it as well. Go ahead, Sadie.
Okay. So I was just going to share a little bit about my letter. And it started, I love you, me. Um, and it was just really, really lovely. Um, I'm basically apologizing for holding me back.
Aw,
They wanted to team up with me now and in the future. So that was really cool. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, it's just you guys can see that it's in the very simplest of things that we're doing, yet such powerful little pieces come in, like powerful transactions, if you will, right? Like Marion said that, like I thought it was going to be difficult, and yet boom, she was right in there and let her little you write what they wanted to write. The light language that came up, this is just all these bits and pieces. It's so powerful. Um, and I think once I started to realize what supporting that inner child could actually do for the individual was massive. I back in 2017 was introduced into this beautiful group where I actually got to spread my wings and really explore my spirituality, my metaphysical parts and everything. And in that was where my growing, my fostering, my supporting my inner child really started to show up, really started to come up. And like if you're anything like myself, and everybody's in individual, it's in recognizing that we are the person that's creating our own pathway, and therefore that I am open with no expectations, no limitations, and I am creating my outcome. Really, you start to understand that I am creating my outcome. I am creating my own outcome when I am the one that is belittling myself. I'm creating my own outcome when I am the one who's supporting myself. Both of those, I'm either manifesting something that I really dislike, or I'm manifesting something that actually moves me into my power. And that's what really that inner work has been about for especially myself, is just really understanding that inner work. I was in a group coaching call yesterday, and um, the person who was hosting this was talking about like the promise or the transformation, if you will, right, of what people offer. And when it came across on the board, it was confidence, support, and say intuition. And the reality of that is that that's what every single one of us wants. We want to feel confident. We want to feel supported. We want to have an intuition, or be intuitive about things, right? The thing is that every single one of us are extremely unique individuals. I've done this thing in one of my groups where you guys have heard me, some of you have heard me. Hi, I'm Sandra Pelly, the Sandini Inner Peace Mentor. I'm now the Intuitive Inner Peace Mentor. I'm also the Inner Dragon Transformation Specialist. That handle just kind of came up this year. The Dragon Ally. I'm the Galactic Shaman. And you notice I use the in front of all of these. Am I the only Galactic Shaman? Likely not. However, I am the only Sandra Pelly Galactic Shaman. And so this is what we're doing with our inner children. We're fostering up that bits and pieces that are so uniquely you. And I have to tell you that I'm just loving the way that this is coming through today, because I think it's coming through in such an empowered way that maybe I haven't been able to express before. And it's because I keep showing up with my inner child, working with my inner child, and now starting to bridge that gap to that next part of myself, that inner dragon. So many of us have been doing the inner work, and we want to be working towards, like, what is next? Okay, I'm doing this inner work, but what is next, right? And that's where this really recognizing the inner dragon energy comes in so powerfully. I want you guys to take a 5-minute break. And then I'm going, actually, first of all, do you guys want a 5 minute break or do you want to just keep going? Because we only got another 20, 30 minutes left, and then we're going to take an hour and a half break anyway. Do you want to just keep going? Hands up, keep going. Keep going. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate that. I've got something that I want you to do, and this is going to be one of those things where I really want you to recognize your power. And this comes back to Sadie's question, and I'm just going to scroll through my feed here and see what it was. Um, what else do you recommend us doing? Is there a quicker way to connect with our little ones? And I want you to know that what I'm showing you guys here today is that these are things that you can do with every single guide. It's my focus working with the inner child and the inner dragon, but you can be doing these things with every guide that you have. So that letter that you just wrote to yourself, you could write it from your power animal. You could write it from your angel guide. You could write it from your crystal. I just really want you guys to be aware of how you can cross over and have all of these pieces be so much more. Okay. Secondly, and probably most importantly, is this next exercise that I'm going to do with you. I know that we have an X amount of minutes, and I'm going to show you that this is something that I've, in essence, trained myself to do. And it's one of the reasons why I say it's so simple. It's just a matter of thinking that thought, right? And that also too really goes to show how capable our human minds are, because our thoughts are what's creating our reality, right? So I'm going to walk you through the chakras. I use 8 main chakras, and you're going to connect with your little you in each one of those. Okay. However, we're going to bounce in and out, bounce in and out, bounce in and out, because I want you guys to start to feel comfortable with that. Does that mean you're going to do that with everything that you do? No, there are definitely, I've done 30-minute meditations where I'm channeling stuff. I've done 45-minute meditations where I'm channeling stuff, and I'm not flowing in and out of it to write things down, because I'm in the flow of it. But there's also been times where I've done 45-minute channeling where I am bouncing in and out, and I'm going right back into it and picking up right where I was guided to and left off. And I think that's what I'm trying to drive home, is that it's very simple to get in the habit of connecting with that inner child just like that, instead of thinking that you have to do something bigger or more explicit. Okay. So we're going to go through the chakras right now. So again, pen and paper handy. I think everybody really feels that they're connected with the inner child, but there are a few other people here. So I think I might actually just ask you to close your eyes. Bear with me here a second. I'm going to just kind of voice this first. I'm going to literally walk us through this. I'm going to explain what the chakra is, and I'm not sure how this is going to work. So thank you guys, and thank you, the group here listening, as I do this. The first thing that I like to do is I'm going to bring you in. I'll say we're going to connect with our little you. I'll say what the chakra is, what it does, and then I'm going to invite you to. In fact, I don't even think. Okay, thank you guys. Don't you love how this works? It looks confusing possibly on your end, but it's a process. So let's just dive in. Okay, so closing your eyes, you've got your pen and paper handy and ready, taking a breath. You know you are so beautifully connected with that beautiful little you, because you just wrote a love letter from them. And if you are joining us new, it's as simple as saying, I'd like to connect with my little you. Mm. And actually, I've been drawn to do 9 chakras, 9 main chakras. So the first chakra that we're going to do is the Earth Star chakra. That is the chakra that is beneath your feet. And your little you is in there. So what is your little you doing? What are they playing with? What are they doing? What the colors are coming up? What's the emotion in there? So I'm going to be quiet. You're going to connect in with that little you, and you're in that Earth Star chakra beneath your feet. Witness your little you, then come out and write it down. Mm. So the little prompt, now that you've written it down, is that earth star chakra is actually the grounding in of the physical body. So whatever you wrote down, there's a connection there, whether it was to play or whatever it was, whether it was learning, whatever it was, whatever that is, that's a very grounding exercise for your physical body. Okay. So the next chakra that we're going to go into is your root chakra. That is the one that is at your tailbone. So going into there with your little you and seeing what's going on. And then writing it down, of course. Now, it's my belief that that root chakra is actually the grounding of your soul energy. So whatever that showed up in there, that's something that's very grounding for your soul energy. Okay. So coming next into your sacral chakra, going in with your little you. And then, like I said, just coming out and writing it down afterwards. Okay. So that sacral chakra was your creative center. So that awareness of what that creative center just showed you with your little you. Coming up now into the solar plexus energy, your belly. Going in with your little you again. Mm. So this one was in one hand extremely important because whatever emotion that your little you was feeling in there, that is something that you want to be aware of. Because remember, this is that solar plex area that you have the choice to fall back in fear or step into your life in some manner. Okay, so whatever emotion kind of came up in there was pretty critical to acknowledge, to foster, or to really help them or yourself get through. Okay, so coming back up now into your heart chakra. The heart chakra is about connection, especially connection with the outside world. And I'm not talking about humanity. I'm talking about the trees, the bees, the birds, whatever animals, whatever plants, um, the clouds, whatever's out there. Now we're flowing into the throat chakra with your little U. That throat chakra is speaking your personal truth. So whatever's come up in that throat chakra again is just it's critical information you're getting right now. Critical information that you're getting from your little you. Just so you know too, we'll do a little bit of an interpretation if we have a chance to before lunch break. Otherwise, we'll definitely come back in and address this a lot more when we come back. Okay, everybody. So coming into the third eye chakra now with your little you. So that third eye energy was very big picture. It's almost like your little you showing you a bigger picture, possibly. Okay. So the next chakra may be one that you're familiar with or maybe totally unfamiliar with. It's actually called the pineal chakra. And it's the connection point between your crown chakra and your third eye. It's where they basically come together. And it's like a filtration system, or just like it's a system that really helps to bring into focus something. So your little you is now being invited into your pineal chakra area. And I want to apologize because I actually said what it was all about before you guys actually had a chance to go in there. And I realized that I may have preempted what you may have come up with if I hadn't have said that. So I thank you for your patience with regards to that. In essence, that pineal chakra area is that filtration system that's letting in the things that are in your best interest, or the things that your entire energy of who you are, the unique beingness, is kind of being asked to look at a little bit more closely, or to walk that path, I guess, if you will. And then the crown chakra. And that crown chakra is your connection to the divine, to all that there is. So as you can see, if you are kind of in the flow of things, you can literally flow in and out, flow in and out, flow in and out quite easily, right? And it is that simple to imagine your little you with you somewhere. As mentioned earlier, I said something about being on my bicycle or hikes or whatever. And I remember being on a bicycle ride, and I think I've said this in a couple different places, is going up a hill and my little you's kind of sitting in my basket going, well, when are we going to get there? And I had to get out and push my bike because it's a steep hill, but they sure like the downhill portion of that. So yeah. That was really neat. That was really, really neat. I've definitely done that where we've taken 45 minutes to do that and really gone in a lot deeper. This is the type of thing that you can partner with somebody and do your chakra work, reading for the other person. Say if Sadie and I were in a room together, then I would look into her sacral chakra. I would look into her heart chakra and see what her little you is doing and give her that information. It's just a really interesting, fun way to connect in a different manner as well. So there's so many possibilities, you guys. It truly is. As I said, that was really, really kind of cool. And I would love to assist you in the next, say, 10 minutes or less before we go for a break. That I would like to assist you if you are questioning one of your chakras, if you want a little bit more information on understanding what that means. And maybe what I'll do is I'll kind of give you the examples here. So for myself, in my Earth star, I was actually playing with my mom's bears. I have a 5 or 6 bears that my mom made in there on there. So playing came in. So there's something really magical about really recognizing how much play and enjoyment it feeds my soul. Like it feeds the physical body of who I am. That's what I meant was the physical body, because the root is the soul. That this is my physicalness. That playing is so important to my physical body. Going out and riding my bike, going out and doing these things, right? So that's kind of like an example. Does anybody have like I'll keep rattling mine off, but I would love to actually have some experiences from you guys, or if you have questions and you want to dig more deeply into what yours were. And Melody's also saying, I'd like to understand how to use the emotion that comes through. Melody, do you have a specific chakra that you want to speak to about that? And do you want to put it in the chat, or do you want to come on and speak out loud? Go ahead.
Um, so whenever like beneath your feet or star, I got anger.
Okay. That's I like, first of all, been around you for a long time, and I love the acknowledgement of the anger in your Earth Star chakra, because as I mentioned, it's my understanding, or what I've been shown, is that it's the physical body that's being anchored in with that Earth Star. So you're likely carrying around the anger still. And I just really want to say something to you too, because what I'm also feeling energetically, and I by no means that I expect this to turn into a reading, but apparently it is there's actually it's not just your energy that you're tapping into there. It feels like this is generational anger that's in your Earth Star chakra. So what I would ask of you, if you would like to, is just feel like that little you is in there cleaning house, and welcome them to do that. Okay. Um, so thank you, first of all, for expressing that, letting me go further with that. Unsure if that actually answered your question. However, it definitely answered this particular case. How are you feeling with that, Melody? You love that? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, very helpful.
Okay.
I really like it because that's exactly what I want to know, like what to do with the information. And so that gives me something to know, because I was like, I was like really confused based on what you said. And so that is very helpful.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. Does anybody else have anything in their Earth Star chakra or another chakra? Go ahead, Al.
So I had interesting stuff, but this one it was kept saying so it's going fat, 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 and then gaining fat because people say I'm fat. And it's it's in North America, people don't say that, but in Asia, people walk up to me and say, "You're fat." And I've had like a lot, they'll ask me how many months have I been pregnant, all that stuff. When's my baby due? And we're talking like random people or people, and I'm talking even like ex-girlfriend and friends of like they don't. It's just how they do it over there. So I kind of and it's all full of judgment. And
Which
so I
chakra?
have all that judgment at my first chakra, and it actually makes it worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I agree with Sadie there. The Asians are very blunt. Yes. Let's just kind of tap
What?
into that. Are you open to me just tapping into that a little bit?
Sure, why not?
Okay. And Simone, I'm going to answer him. Is yours with relation to his or a different one? To him? Put your thumb up. If it's not, then okay, it's not. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Al, I'm just kind of tapping into that. Um, Isn't that interesting? Okay, so for me, the playing was recognizing my physical body, was da 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 da. For Melody, it was that anger, really recognizing that that was generational that she's dealing with and sweeping it clean. Al, this is to do with the physical body, and I'm feeling like the word perception is coming in. And it's so interesting because I'm so consciously aware of this arm and how much it's bothering me right now to move it. And that's not in direct correlation to, oh, I'm in pain. It's no, there's something about this right-handed energy and present day way of thinking. So there's something there about allowing yourself, and this is so interesting because I had a conversation with somebody yesterday and they were like, well, how do I stop that? In that moment that thought pops up, the suggestion for that person was to breathe their way through the I am open mantra. Maybe in this case, it's the I am love mantra that I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Does that resonate with you, or does it feel like a really weird angle to be coming in at?
No, it's fine. It's the longer I've been gone, that has let go, but I'm going back next month. So what I got was uh that I don't have a filter there. I can't filter it at that level yet.
Okay.
So I'm taking it all as truth.
Mm,
And they tell me, "Oh, just ignore it. Like, don't worry what their people are saying." But in my head, I also be, you know what? You can't say that in Canada for very long. Even the States, you wouldn't get, even like Europe, I don't see the countries I've been in, people have never done that. So I don't have those filters. I just go like that. And I get angry and I could say things back about their imperfections. And uh and I don't, but I just like part of me gets angry. And like after a while, I was like, what is wrong with you guys? Because they're actually causing, see, this is the story coming out. They're causing damage to their own people.
yeah.
It's damage people damaging people. It's just something I never dealt with, and I don't have that filter yet. And I'm like, do I need the filter or do I need to heal? And
Okay,
you were
thank you.
saying, what were you just saying?
Yeah. Um, and I love where you're going with this because I can feel the energy of what came through me was that acknowledging yourself in that. So there's an acknowledging that they're saying that. It's not an acknowledgement of what they're saying, but an acknowledgement of they're saying that. Do you understand the
Sure.
difference there, right?
As an observing and not being part of the story.
That's right. Because as Simone said, it's their truth, not yours, right? And I like also too a little bit where she's going with that heal before you can get a filter. I'm not sure that I'm 100% on that. You have to heal something before you can get a filter. I think it's that we have to acknowledge first that there's been something that's bothered us, and that it is about them, not us, right? And I leave that with me. We're gonna go for break, and I really want to dive into that a little deeper. Simone, are you okay when we come back from break if we do your piece as well? Yeah, that's okay. Are you okay with that, Al? Because I can feel the energy that I personally don't. There's a place that I need to move to energetically right now, and I am not able to honor this in the way that I would like to honor this. So I would like to come back and address this again. And in that space, other things may come through for you and I, and we could talk more deeply about this. Okay.
So it has shifted 50% already. And
Okay.
I don't, it's okay. We'll take care of it when it's time.
Okay. Well, like even just the acknowledgement and you putting it to voice was massive.
Well, let's go the difference here. I've been voicing this a long time, but the process you're doing is allowing it to heal
Okay.
deeper. So that's what's happening right now, and I appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah. And it's interesting that you say that because there's often times that I'm unaware of what I may be doing energetically because I'm always doing things for the highest good and for the most benevolent reasons. And coming into this space, we come in with this sense of what's the word that what's come through with this, of this sense of I've put myself into this space, therefore I've stepped into the receiving and sharing. And in stepping into the receiving and sharing, I am empowering that to occur for the highest good, for the most benevolent reasons, and the greatest good of all. And so I believe what you just said is so accurate because I can feel the clearing of the energy vortex of that. Thank you.
It is a vortex. Yeah, it's doing it. I see it.
Yeah.
White light.
Yeah, I very much felt that. So, okay, you guys, thank you so much. You will get an email that says, hey, it's starting again. So please do come back. Love you guys. We'll see you in a while. So it's an hour and a half, like give or take. It's about an hour and a half. It'll be 1:30 Mountain Time, 12:30 Pacific, and take your cues from that. Thank you guys. Drink lots of water and food. Yep. Take care.